Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you have a new business and say that you get a fleet of cars under your business, I'm going to show you how you can get up to 4 cars. I'm going to show you how it's possible you can get up to 2 credit cards, and you actually can possibly do it with just 1 inquiry, okay? Now, here's the thing about it. In terms of what it is that you need, we're talking about Bank of America, okay? Now, one of the questions that people ask, well, how strong does my business credit file have to be? Do I need multiple net 30s? And the reality of it, no, okay? Now, here's one thing that will position you much better, because I know some people will, I want to get it without my social. You're not going to do that, okay? Because they're still going to pull your credit and stuff. But one of the things that you actually could do, and I would tell you this, because they pull Experian, FICO 8. All right, so they full Experian FICO 8. But here's the thing about it. If you have like authorized users, utilities, subscriptions, rental payments, they don't calculate that into your credit score. So just keep that in mind. Also, in terms of like your DTI, your debt to income ratio, that also plays a factor, because usually with lenders like that, they usually go up to 50-55%. Now, in terms of you getting 4 car loans, you would definitely be looking at the commercial loans, the car commercial loans, in order to do this. All right. Now, here's the thing about it. What you're going to need your articles of incorporation. You're going to need your EIN. You're going to need your business phone number. Okay. Now, could you use a Google Voice or something like that? I'm pretty sure you could, but I would probably have a regular 800 number. The next thing is business address. Now, some people are telling you to get a virtual address, okay? But here's the challenge with that. Some of these virtual address companies, they addresses have been recycled, okay? And because people have used these addresses and defaulted on credit cards and loans and stuff, you may get denied for using that virtual address. That's the reason I always tell people is you still going to have to put down a physical address. So I would use my physical address. That will not disqualify you. That does not disqualify you because you use your home address in reference to your business, all right? Now, in reference to a commercial address, since you're trying to go after 4 cars, then you probably want to look at a commercial storage unit address, okay? That's a little hack, because you can actually use that to start a dealership, to help get your dealership license as well, all right? So that's just a little tip. I got another tip for you all as we talk about this. Now, in terms of website, domain, and stuff like that, that's very important. Your email, your corporate email, is more important than a DUNS number. Believe it or not, your corporate email is more important than a DUNS number. And the reason is because if they see you using a Gmail, a Yahoo, AOL, AT&T, something like that, then it's not showing that you are corporate, all right? Now, here's another thing. Dun and Bradstreet. Need a Dun and Bradstreet or DUNS number, right? But here's the thing about it. You can have a DUNS number, but how many trade lines do you need to have on your DUNS file? Well, I always tell people is when you have at least a 700, 720, you don't, right? However, if you have less than that, then I would tell you to have at least 4 to 5 trade lines, okay? And some of your easier trade lines would be like NAV, because NAV actually gives you 2 trade lines. I put a link below. But like with NAV, you get a trade line for their subscription, and you get a trade line for their business credit card. Now, here's the thing about it. With their business credit card, you do not do any type of credit check. You do not have to put any money up front for this here card. It's very easy to get. But again, because NAV actually gives you 2 trade lines. Now, another company that actually gives you 2 trade lines is Fairfigure, okay? Now, the interesting thing about Fairfigure, say that you have an existing business that's generating revenue. Usually they want your business to be generating anywhere from $2,000, $2,000, $2,500 in order to qualify for their loan, right? Now, here's the thing about it. With Fair Figure, they'll report 2 trade lines on your business credit file as well. Now, NAB reports to Experian Business, Equifax Business. Now, with Fair Figure, they report to Experian Business, Equifax Business, Credit Safe, okay? Then they also will, one of the things about it with Fair Figure, like I said, in terms of like the loans and stuff like that, there's no hard pull on the credit. It has nothing to do with the credit. So you're actually getting access to funding. Now, here's another thing. How many bank accounts should you have in order to qualify for this car loan? Well, some people just go in and open up a business bank account. However, if you have a lower score and you don't have a lot of revenue, then I would tell you to open up a personal checking account and a savings account, then a business bank account. Now, how long should you wait for those accounts to be open before you actually start applying? I always tell people, give it 60 to 90 days. All right. Now, some people, again, they may go right in. Just depends on their credit score, the amount of money. Now, in terms of when your business doesn't have a high revenue, they do go off of your personal income. Okay, they go off your personal stated income. Now, here's another thing. You have to be careful because sometimes they may ask for pay stubs. Now, if you need help with pay stubs for your business, click the link in the description and so I can help you with those. But they may ask you for proof of income, especially like say that you have like a side gig like Uber, Lyft or something like that, and you're generating a lot of money and stuff, but you're just not set up on payroll and things of that nature. So you need that in place regardless. All right. So that's the reason that I would have that. All right. To the business bank account, how much money should you put in it? Well, some people just depends on your budget. But I always tell people I would, if I'm working like a side gig or a side hustle and stuff, and like they allow me to cash out every day and stuff like that, what I would do, I would have that money transferred over to PayPal first, especially if I don't have the strongest credit, and then transfer it over to Bank of America. The reason is because you're building a relationship with PayPal as well. So that way, when you need more funding, you'll be able to get funding without using your personal credit as well. So that's the reason that I would do it that way and then transfer it over to Bank of America. Okay. Now, again, in terms of when you don't have a lot of revenue in the business, here's the thing that get people caught up, because sometimes they may ask for 2 years of tax return. Well, again, if you're a new business, you don't have 2 years of tax return. So they're going to go off of your personal tax returns as well. But there's one thing that you all need to know when you're going after these car loans and stuff, okay? And you're going after these car loans under your business like with Bank of America. Yes, they'll give you the 4-car loan. But here's the thing about it. You have to understand. If you're going after these car loans and you don't have commercial insurance on these here vehicles and stuff, and say that you're putting them on Toro and things like that for high mileage and stuff, they can actually call the loan. All right? Yes, they can actually call the loan, meaning that they can tell you to bring the car back, right? Because if they see that you're going in a year, they see that you're doing 25, 50, 75,000 miles in 1 year, again, because of the depreciation is so bad, now they have reason to call the loan because the car is not going to have any value to them, even though you are making the payments. Even though you are making the payments, because you did not classify it as a commercial vehicle. Okay, you have to understand, when you're getting these cars and you plan to put them on like Toro and stuff like that, you need to classify it as a commercial vehicle. Okay, so you may need to get commercial car insurance as well, and which some people don't. If you have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description, schedule a one-on-one consultation.